What's up, people? I have gotten into kayak fishing and it is so much fun. I'm gonna take some time and show you my fishing kayak today. Not top of the line, but not bottom of the barrel either. It's an Ascend 12T sit on top fishing kayak from Bass Pro Shops. Stay tuned. If this is your first time on my channel, my name's John, and on this channel we have fishing, hunting, cooking, camping, DIY tips, adventure, and so many more things. So if you're into anything like that, like and subscribe, because I'll be doing this again very soon. So after much painstaking research on the internet and all types of fishing forums, I realized pretty quickly that kayak fishing is not a cheap sport. Lucky for me, I've been fishing since I was a very small child, so I have a lot of the gear like rods, reels, some tackle, not really for saltwater, but that's a whole nother video. But I have the knowledge and I have a little bit of the desire to learn new things. Well, a lot of desire to learn new things. So kayak fishing was an easy intro for me. Now when I started doing research about kayaks, you can spend anywhere from, you know, $150 for a piece of crap that'll barely float, north of $5,000 to something that you could probably paddle out into the Gulf and fish an oil rig with. So I landed in the middle of the road. Like I said, Ascend 12T from Bass Pro Shops. I think retail was a little over 900 bucks. But don't be fooled. If you're gonna do a lot of types of fishing that most people like to do with these, you're gonna wanna do the same thing that I did and scour the internet, scour YouTube for all the mods and all those cool things, which is what I did. Some of this I rigged for me, some of it totally stole from the internet, and I'll point that out when I show you. But this is my rundown. It is some kind of hot outside today, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get through this as quick as we can. All right, first things first, when you get these, you're gonna have to back out these screws and put some silicone, so you can see a little bit of silicone right there. You're gonna have to put silicone on all of them and then tighten them back down. The reviews that I watched before I bought this said that that was a must, and I gotta say that it is. There's a little bit of water in here from where I washed it off at the car wash when I went fishing today, and it blew in from here. That hole stays dry even when a little bit of water comes over the top. So you're going to want to do this all the way around the kayak for screws that are in parts that get water. Heavy duty handle up front. I pull this thing around by this and it's pretty solid. Moving on back, I got the Ascend Pro paddle. This kayak has paddle holders on it. I'm probably going to add, see what just happened? Popped out. I'm going to add a loop there so I can make sure the paddle doesn't get away from me when I'm on the water. I've got it tethered to the seat there, but I still want to put something like that. Keep my little bait bucket up here on the front. I usually try to buy live shrimp. I got a little doodad fixed up where I made a igloo can cooler. with a live bait thing. So anyway, moving on back. Got adjustable foot pedals here. I leave them all the way out because I don't hardly ever use the foot pedals. Yeah, so that's me. Opened this a minute ago. Pretty good size cargo area in here. I don't know if you can see all of this, but these foam things are in there, so I left them. Probably leave those alone just to make sure that stuff doesn't go all the way back in the kayak. But got rails on each side. This rail is where I put my GoPro for when I catch fish. I can show the fish and then talking to the camera like that. And we have another dink. My hat GoPro died. So, all right, moving on. My tools I have handy, so when I'm in the moment, I'm not reaching all the way back here to try to grab something out of that crate. So that crate is what I put everything in when it's not in the kayak in use. Put my boga right here on the side. Got a float on it in case it tries to get away from me. Big long needle nose pliers right there. You can see the seat mod that I did. If the seat's flat, it's going to hurt your legs and hurt your back. Trust me. So a little bit of PVC and some doodads there, some ingenuity. You guys can see what I did there. So, and I also ran some screws. This is a piece of aluminum angle. That's a piece of aluminum angle, and then it's just zip tied down, so it's stable. It's not going anywhere. Got an Ascend life jacket. In my Ascend life jacket, I keep my waterproof phone case, because if you don't have a waterproof phone case, then your phone will get smoked if you fall in the water. I know this because this has happened, just like in the video that's in the link above. Check that out. Smoked my phone when that boat almost sunk. In this pocket, I keep a handy dandy pair of scissors where I can cut and tie line and bait real quick. My net is just kind of sitting there. I usually keep it up here like this or something. I put it there just because I usually keep my tackle box right here when I'm going to and coming back to the launch. When I'm fishing, it usually sits up here in something like this. If I'm using artificial lures, it'll be in the front. If I'm fishing with live bait and popping cork, this will be in the front. Moving on back, 2 rod holders, stock, not great, but they work. Yeah, I'll probably add something there to make like a bazooka style or rocket launcher style rod holders. I have Marine Raider battery box with a nice handy dandy little meter there. This is pretty cool. I picked this up at Academy. So I built this frame that holds this bracket that holds the trolling motor. It screws down to this wooden bracket. And I want to modify this and put the trolling motor on the back and make foot pedals and all that crap. So I just did this. I have a 55-pound thrust trolling motor, and this dude goes. It pushes this kayak, and it's got a weight behind it. So it has external connections there where you can just, easy on, easy off. Like I said, this crate is what all the loose stuff goes into, and then this goes in the garage. Nice flag on the back for when I haul the kayak around in my truck. Have the Ascend kayak cart that goes up through the scupper holes. It's getting me by, but it kind of sucks. I don't recommend that one. I think I'm going to go with the kind that goes under the kayak and you strap around. Those seem to be a little bit easier to manage. The thing about this one is you got to lift the kayak like way up in the air and then try to jimmy rig or like feed it into the hole while you're holding it up in the air. And the front of the kayak's got a keel on it, and so if you have it like this, then it's going to tip like that. So I don't really like it. Right here, my Stinky Pants stringer. These are awesome. Yes, made by a company named Stinky Pants. This website. I keep my measuring board under the seat so I can have flip access. Have a Yak Gear measuring board. Still waiting to catch a 35.5 inch redfish. Has not happened yet. Put it under the seat like that. Moving forward, I have a Garmin Striker 4 fish finder. Nice little doodad. I bought the Scotty mount external transducer arm. Cool little thing, but just because you buy this kit doesn't mean it's going to work with that fish finder. You got to buy this part right here. This is another part. I'll link both, or I'll show you the description of both of those right now. All right, so this is all hooked up. Cords just ran right there and then zip tied nice, and then it's just loose. Here's the power, and the transducer cord's not hooked up yet. It's on this rail, stock. I have a Rail Blazer rod holder. It's kind of, you can see it's kind of wobbly. I'm pretty sure that dude's gonna fall off at some point. Hopefully not with my very nice Abu Garcia rod in it. So that's about it for right now. There's other stuff that I'm going to do to it, but I think I'm going to take a rest for the moment and kind of just enjoy some fishing with it. Oh yeah, gotta have the sticker. Bam! Bam! I also filled, because of the weight of that battery and this trolling motor and this body, I filled the whole back half of this kayak up with closed cell foam. And I did that by taking these rod holders out and pouring the foam into this cavity. And so from about here all the way back is full of closed cell foam. See, that won't even come out anymore. So I don't have a drain plug. I wanted to make sure that everything was watertight. I'll probably add a drain plug like somewhere up here in the future in case I start leaking water. But with all the weight that's back here, I made sure to pour in closed cell foam for safety reasons. Also recommend getting one of these things here, this Kayak hitch extender. These are really great. I did buy like these ladder rack holders right here. I put it on my truck when I took a trip, took my kayak with me, but it's a pain getting the kayak that high up in the air. With this system, you can just slide it right in the back of the truck, and then you take your tie downs here and just go over the back of the kayak. Really, really, really nice. I am gonna have to get some pool noodles and put that on. This is after one use, putting it in and putting it out. So tore that up already. Not very sturdy, but works well. Well, that's my kayak. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day. Peace.